All right, hey everybody, Monday evening time for Weather Geeks. We've had the past handful of days off from this video, but we're back at it today. We'll have a full week of videos this week. This week starting out on a little bit of an unsettled note, but we're back to pretty quiet weather, it looks like, later on in the week. We'll get to all the forecast details in a second. Did want to start this evening with just a little reminder of why we talk about dew points so much in the summer, especially as compared to the relative humidity. Sometimes I'll get asked this question: hey, what's the deal with the dew point? Why don't you talk about the relative humidity? The main reason is relative humidity can be very, very deceptive. Think about a cold winter day, say like a 28-degree winter day, versus a day like today. Well, if you think of the atmosphere as a cup or a glass, in the winter the air is typically pretty dry and pretty cold, so it can't hold very much moisture or water. And so say that that cup is 4 ounces. Well, it could be 100% full. And sometimes in the winter we see relative humidity values pretty close to 100%, but you'd never think of a 28-degree day as a humid day. There's just not that much water in the atmosphere. Even though the cup may be full, there's actually not much volume of water. Well, in the summer, the air can hold a lot more water or moisture, and so we've got a much bigger cup or a bigger glass in the summertime. And so say this is a 12-ounce glass and we have it half full, relative humidity might be 50% or even as low as 40%. But it's still very muggy outside. There's still a lot of water in the atmosphere. Again, the volume is higher because we have a bigger glass. We have 6 ounces of water over here and 4 ounces of water over here. So relative humidity can be very deceptive. A muggy day in the summer can sometimes feature relative humidity values of 35, 40%. And sometimes in the winter, if we have fog and low clouds and it's just a murky looking day, the humidity can be close to 100, but you never think it's humid outside. So dew point's a much better representation of how much moisture is in the atmosphere, how does it feel outside, and for us at our latitude, we kind of consider the magic number to be about 60. Anytime the dew point's above 60, you start to notice the humidity, and especially once it gets into the upper 60s and even into the 70s, then it's feeling very soupy and very tropical outside. We've been in the mid-60s most of the day. Today was a hot day, and in midsummer, dew points in the mid-60s, I would say that's kind of moderate humidity. Boy, that cool stretch of weather we had last week kind of seems like ancient history at this point, doesn't it? We had 77 3 days in a row during the first half of last week. That was just kind of an oasis in the middle of a long stretch of hotter than average temperatures, including today. We hit 88 today, our warmest day in about 8 days. We'll be cooler tomorrow thanks to some clouds around, but it's going to be just as humid, if not more humid, than today. All right, earlier on, we actually had a very isolated shower near the fairgrounds. The Columbiana County Fair starts this week, of course, and that shower scooted across the Lisbon area during the 6 o'clock hour. It did not last long, and the vast majority of the area is rain-free as of this recording at 7:05, and the vast majority of the area will stay rain-free this evening. More organized showers off to our west, a little bit closer to a cold front. There's been occasionally some lightning and thunder with this, and as we go through the night tonight, we're going to have that possibility of seeing a shower in eastern Ohio, western PA. A quick look at the rest of the country. Not much to write home about this evening. Some typical mid to late summer afternoon storms over the Rockies. Tail end of our cold front producing some showers and storms down here in the Gulf Coast and parts of Texas. But yeah, there's not a lot of barn burners on the weather map. We're heading into the part of summer, kind of the dog days of summer, where a lot of times there's just not many real super interesting features on the weather map aside from randomly placed showers and storms. All right, our weather tonight will be muggy and warm. We'll stop in the upper 60s. That's it for overnight lows. And again, shower here and there. I doubt there's much thunder at all with this as we go through the overnight. Now, as we get into the day on Tuesday and this front slowly trudges east, and I mean slowly, this is not a fast mover, we're going to be fair game to see a shower at any point. The best chance for a thunderstorm on Tuesday will be in the afternoon. Now, I think this is the most active day of the week coming up on your Tuesday, and while severe weather is pretty unlikely here, I can't rule out some thunder in the afternoon. SPC has areas primarily east of I-79 outlooked in the kind of low-end risk of severe weather. I think any thunderstorm that manages to pop up around here will be pretty garden variety with a downpour, but not much of a concern for hail and wind on Tuesday. This front will finally clear on Wednesday. Now, despite the front clearing us to the east on Wednesday, we have a little upper level disturbance that'll still pivot through, and I could draw another cold front on here if I wanted, but bottom line, enough of a little bit of enough uplift in the atmosphere that yes, there could be another shower or storm randomly placed on Wednesday. I don't think they'll be as numerous as tomorrow, and then that's it for wet weather for a while. High pressure is going to drift across at the end of the week. Nice weather upcoming, and we're going to get into one of these regimes again where the dew point's not much of a story, kind of like last week. These upper 60s dew points will be replaced by upper 50s, and at worst lower 60s late this week and into the upcoming weekend as we roll into the month of August. All right, I mentioned the Columbiana County Fair started today, runs through Sunday, of course. Tomorrow and Wednesday are the days to keep an eye to the sky and dodge some raindrops, but then the rest of the week, hey, smooth sailing, sunshine. And yes, it'll be warm, but again, not that humid for Thursday, Friday, and the upcoming weekend as well. There's still some signals in the longer range here as we go, deeper into August that heat's going to be pretty hard to come by. And, that doesn't mean it's going to be chilly and jacket weather, but when you consider our averages are still around 80, 81 during the second week of August, this looks pretty nice. I think we'll see a lot of temperatures in the 70s. During this 8 to 14 day outlook. Again, some warmth is coming our way end of this week into the weekend, but the longer range does not look like the kind of pattern that's going to produce a lot of upper 80s and lower 90s. All right, thanks for watching tonight. You'll see this same video, fresh version of it, of course, same time, same place on Tuesday. Make it a great Monday night.